We we are back. So sorry for that little delay. Lex, I'll re-ask the question. Lex, why is the iBattle app $25 and the URL app is $8?
Just think it's a different business model. We do things a bit differently. We're a little more consistent, and like they said, we have top tier quality on the app,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes convenience costs.
Mm-hmm.
If you want TSA pre-check, it costs that little bit extra to skip the fucking line. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people prefer it, and I love them for it. You know,
Mm-hmm. I love it. What made you
and and,
decide to
and
have such high vol?
it
Oh, go ahead.
it costs. It also just costs. It costs to give opportunities too. Like a lot of, we don't run the same way a lot of well, not even a lot of, there's only URL that has an app. So we run a
Mm-hmm.
bit differently. We're not using all established artists
Mm-hmm.
where we kind of can have a blueprint based on previous sales. We have a lot of guys that have question marks. They're brand new. We don't know how many sales they're going to get. We don't know what the draw is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And we need a real supportive fan base for us to be able to continue to build these guys because, like I said, they're new, they're not established yet, people don't know who they are, they're not checking them out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you throw an event with 8 to 12 big names on it, yeah, of course the event's probably going to do pretty good, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We have to take a lot more risks with our stuff, and sometimes that costs for us to do, especially delivering it on a weekly, sometimes I'm mostly bi-weekly basis, sometimes weekly. um,
Mm-hmm.
it costs to do that. And we have a roster of like, man, consistently like 220 battlers,
Wow.
So being the league that we are in the Northeast, we also have to cover multiple regions from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and then the rest of New England, like Massachusetts, Maine, whatever. And we have lots of battlers from that come from the Midwest, that come from the Carolinas. It's not like we are a regional league where it's like I'll book 20 people from Brooklyn and pack the place out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody could take an Uber there. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, they can't come to support their friends. These people are traveling from across the country, sometimes overseas, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it takes a real strong fan base to do it. And we're glad that we have that.
Why the volume? Why choose bi-weekly or sometimes even weekly events? Why?
Because, man, there's such an influx of battlers. How do you tell so many of them no when they're good?
Yeah.
And then they just get told no and they sit home.
Okay. That pretty much sums that
You
up.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
What are these guys gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's very
It's
valid.
not like it was. It's not like it was 6 years ago where there was 3 times the leagues that there is now.
Mm,
There's a lot less leagues now. A lot of people got put out of business from, getting eager and booking big names, big venues, and it not turning out that great. So there's a lot less leagues now, and that responsibility kind of falls on places like iBattle, places like OSBL, places like Westworld. Leagues come and go every 2, 3 years, and then what does their roster do that they've been cultivating that whole time? They go somewhere. You know,
damn.
I went out to an event in Delaware recently, and I saw this battler Black Moses. He battled my man Beezy on iBattle like I don't even know, like 12 years ago or something. And he's another one. He's like, yo, can I get back on the league? Like I've just been out here. There's no league in Delaware. He's like, he has no shot. He's battling in the back of bars and pool halls because there just isn't anything, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we kind of have to do it when they're good, you know? And
Mhm.
also our battlers move up at such a high pace now. When you have
Mhm.
cards like King of the Dot and URL, I mean, our guys are over there frequently. The whole Beast Mode card recently was iBattle. This whole King of the Five card in Massachusetts coming up as iBattle guys. Appa killing it. Low Supreme has offers everywhere. Nakim the Prophet offers
Yeah.
everywhere. JR. My guys are growing up.
Yeah.
They're leaving the nest.
Yeah.
We need new cards to bring in new guys.
Very fair. Very fair. We
got to be consistent. We're good at our job.
Is there a tier system over at iBattle?
I mean, yeah, if you fucking win, you get better battles. You know?
Yeah.
We be knowing, you know, we know who's good and who isn't, you know. I think at the end of the day, we give people like 2 or 3 shots. We give people 2 or 3 shots. We can recognize potential pretty well. We hone potential pretty well. And then it just depends on the dependability of the battlers, really, right? And how disciplined they are, and if they can lock in for their battle, get on the plane, and when the pressure comes, not fold and be able to deliver, you know?
100%. 100%. All right, moving on to the
tier
next
system. I guess the tier system would be the people that can do it and the people that can't.
That's a solid separator right there. The next subject is champion. Because Smo is obviously part of the panel, we're gonna have to be careful how we discuss this. So I'm gonna pose it this way: this is champion's last year. April 15th, I believe, is when the event ceremony takes place. Who takes over champion when Jay Black is gone? And I'm gonna start with Chris Tex. What are your thoughts?
We the fans, Frank White. Shout out to the platform. But they're my number one contender in taking over for champion. And what champion? Listen, man. Shout out to Jay Black and everything he's done for this culture, man. He's awesome. You know, I've met him. Really good guy. I truly hope that someone can convince him to keep doing it. I think that, you know, just like when a battle rapper says they're done, come on, they're never done, right? And they can always come back. You know, a bag is always available. We would love for Jay Black to continue doing it. Let me start there. But if he really does stop and he doesn't have any more champion, there are plenty of platforms that may try to pick up on it. Will another one ever be like Champion? Probably not. Champion is just it's goated, but you know, there's so many other media platforms that can pick up this, pick it up and try at least. You know what I mean?
Okay. And if you had to pick one,
I think Debo can do it.
Yeah, definitely not Debo. If you had to pick one,
I think Debo could do it.
The big homie trophy is crazy.
I'm good. I don't want to see champion over somebody taking dice every 5 seconds. But
if I had to pick one, not called We the Fans,
not called We the Fans, absolutely not. That's off the table.
I mean, let's talk battle rap. Like that's the obvious pick. Shout out Smo. Shout out France. Let's talk about Black Compass. I mean, there's so many other ones. Shout out Tone Bro, Polo. I mean, there's a bunch of other ones. Let's talk battle rap will probably be my first guess.
Okay. Lexx, who would you select to nominate to take over champion?
I like Debo. Why is everybody laughing? Y'all don't like Debo?
No. Tell us why you feel like
Debo, but you know.
Shout out Debo. Tell us why.
Debo's because he's the fucking truth.
Yeah, Debo with the soundboard,
and he's gonna
like
keep
announcing like his top 10 is some good shit. That might be content.
I would love to see him in his bowling hat and satin jacket. That would be great. That'd be fucking great.
To be fair, I'm not sure if I saw the back and forth recently. You know, if you're looking at the following tab and not the For You tab, some recent conversations.
He's a spicy one. Salute, Debo. I'm gonna jump in. I normally don't. I just let y'all do the talking. But in all honesty, I would nominate JSmo. I would 100% nominate JSmo. Your knowledge of battle rap, your commitment to the culture, your integrity. I would 100% trust champion to be in the hands of JSmo.
Put me on the panel, Smo.
Yes, please put Chris on the panel. JSmo, please tell us who you would nominate.
First, I want to say I appreciate you for taking the silencer off my last name, man. Second, I want to say, first of all, no one to a question you posed to Chris earlier about, or Chris might even brought up, could someone do it as good as Jay Black? No one is going to put in the effort. I've seen this, personally seen him put in, but anyone that knows anything, I mean, there's a point in time he raised over 10 grand for a winner. over
Crazy.
10 grand for a 2018. It's not even like it's pre-caffeine, any of that. He got people to donate that type of money and also donate to performance of the year pots, superlatives, and all that. Like, it was just a different time where a lot more people just loved, like, came here and had fun. But he put in work. I mean, in terms of like the venues, the way that he coordinated things, getting media, battlers. Like, I know how difficult it is, how many people turn down the panel or last second and adjustments that people don't know about. The 20 literally edits for like a day and a half straight. The guy doesn't sleep after the fact. It's just a different type of cat, you know what I'm saying? And no one's going to have that amount of not just the intelligence and IQ for the game, but then the love and drive to actually go do something like that. That really ends up becoming a minus for him at the end of the day. So no matter who picks it up, obviously I'm going to, when Cody's gone, do some rendition. If it's not either with LTBR and we do it together, or if I just do a list for my channel, I'm going to throw my, a list out there, because I think it's important to have an MVP type of award, or at least have barbershop talk about who's the best. Because if we don't have that, that's where all the disgustingness leaks in, where we're not talking about who raps the best. Even if we vehemently disagree on the decision of a battle, or it's debatable, that's what the game was really built off of, is all of us having our opinions on who's number one, like it is in any other sport. So that should never fully go away. But whoever picks it up, and we might do our version, but who knows what sticks. Nothing will stick the same way Cody did. At this point, Cody could have no money attached to it, and I think battlers would just care to win it. And that's the value you want an award to have. You don't get extra money if you're MVP of the NBA. You don't get extra money if you're, well, maybe you do depending on your contract, but not typically. There's just prestige in having that. And I felt like Cody, even though it's at the end, has turned into that, where even if there wasn't really money to go with it, we would still recognize a top winner. And that's the most respect you could give the award itself being important.
Agreed. So would you take it over?
Would I take it over? That's a Jay Black question.
That was tough. That was very tough. Great answer. The next subject I want to discuss, Jay Mills versus Rum Nitty, and the overall umbrella of industry rappers jumping into the diss track battle rap lane. I'm going to start with JSmo. Smo. What are your thoughts on that, JSmo?
I've actually, pretty quick. I am always paying attention to what's going on with the diss tracks. I see some people that do not just one reaction, they'll do a second reaction, then a comparison reaction. I'm not going that deep. I get burnt out pretty quick doing the content, to be honest with you, for the diss tracks. But I think overall it's been dope. I think specifically, Mills is obviously going to be what this all kind of revolves around. And I said since the beginning, and I'm going to have some critiques when we talk about the him and Nitty portion of this, but I love this for Jay Mills. And every dog has its day in battle rap. Jay Mills is one of the Godfather's creators, does all these great things, industry level rapper, you know what I'm saying, signed. And when he came back, man, did that guy eat shit for a few years in a row. Jay Mills jokes were at an all-time high, whether it was the K-Shine return, the E-Ness battle, his commentary he was getting clowned on for URL. Anytime someone took, and Jay Mills was outside. I don't think people know. Jay Mills had like 18 battles, 15 battles. Like Jay Mills battled a shit ton of different tiers. Like he really tried to get out in the field, and he got no love from the game. So when Jay Mills turned around and DNA and Goods thought that they were going to clown him and get over, and he's like, yo, like, y'all might think I'm funny, but I'm still very capable of rapping on a beat. Like, please don't try this. And they tried it. I must admit, like, how could you not be a fan of that? Even if you don't like how arrogant Mills can be, the way he's popped this shit. Yeah, I despise the product he put out in the ring since he returned. But this is him in his element, newfound confidence, and it was like a natural thing happening. So I'm all for it. I think it's been a good era. Some people probably like it a little more than me. I thought it got a little Spanish at times. But most of the battles have been fun for the most part. I have no real problem with it. I think this one has been the most difficult, most challenging for Mills. So that adds a new layer, something we haven't seen yet. But, depending on which specific battle we're talking about, I have thoughts on each one. But overall, I think it's been like fun. I think some people found a lot of fun in this, and I'm not one, even though I'm not like enamored with it like others. Like, we need fun in battle rap. We kind of lost part of that, and if this is what brings it out of people, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Well said. Lex, talk to us. Jay Mills versus Rum Nitty. Your thoughts?
I don't know anything about it, and other than what JSmo just said, I just learned everything from him. So that's all I got. Everything I know about it, I just learned in the past 45 seconds. I've been listening to Keisha Cole. I've been listening to Keisha Cole and like Paramore. I have
What
no
an odd
idea.
combination. Why listen to Paramore when Evanescence is right there? But that's a story for another day. Chris
Shuffle
Tex,
mode. Shuffle
He was
mode.
listening to Ain't It Fun, man.
So, first of all, I like it. You know, I like the diss track going back. J Mills is kind of kicking everybody's ass, but not Rum Nitty. So just recently, I mean, I heard the Rum Nitty song when it came out before the video. Just recently, like today, when I say recently, I mean like an hour ago. I was playing the video, the repass video, the Rum Nitty song. And Duchess came downstairs and she was like, "What is this?" Like she's just like this shit is hard. And I'm like, it is. It really is. This Rum Nitty track is great on every level. The production is amazing. Now he has the video attached to it. The video is good. And then I heard the J Mills track against Rum, and this is the first time J Mills is down. Like very clear to me, he's down 1-0, and he's been kind of kicking everybody's ass the last couple months. So I'm excited, but I mean, in Rum Nitty's song, he literally said, "This is it. This is the only one. You're not getting another one."
Well, he just did an interview. It dropped a little bit ago with 3. Shout out to my dog 3, man. And he said on there that he was just kind of being an asshole, and he's already writing for round 2, and and would be down to do 3 rounds back and forth with J Mills. And I'm sure he saw the views. He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. That's a fact. I mean, that makes
he posted 1 in topics and 1 in regular. He probably would have done like 50K on the rate. He was kicking himself about that. So I thought that was kind of funny. But apparently he wants that. He's got other battles. I think it'll be spaced out in terms of timing, like weeks timing and stuff like that. But I mean, Chris, I fully agree with you on this one, man. I think Nitty got the better of him pretty clearly in round 1. I don't think Mills' track is ass though. I mean, I think that there's people that go in that direction with it. I think Mills always raps good. Like this is a good song maker. This is an experienced song maker. But I think the difference in this is like the directness. I think versus some of these other artists, Verb, Goods, DNA, even Jackboy, funny enough, who is probably the lowest rank of anyone he's exchanged a track with so far. And Jackboy's a very good battler. I'm just speaking. We're talking about legends here. And he has angles to attack. Goods, it's the money. It's this. People want to see Goods be humbled. The facade, kind of bringing it down. Also, they had the podcast situation. Same thing with DNA. Like there was a tie. Verb, I mean, just pick a fucking thing to make fun of Verb about. You know what I'm saying? But I think with Nitty, and it's a point people made, he's such like just to himself. He's kind of like a hermit outside of the ring, that it's like there's not a lot to talk about except, Jay, which he did on the track, fake Jordan's joke,
fake Jordan,
Walmart joke, but he didn't really like flesh the angle out or make a song that's halfway about that or in a Walmart or, go over the top with it. So it just becomes a bar for bar thing. Like now, since there's no angles, I really got to rap with you. And I think that's the worst place to be with Rum Nitty. I think you want to have something to specifically talk about, because then you end up in this situation where we're going to listen more. Like, okay, it's Rum Nitty. He's more of a pen guy. You don't really have an angle. You're just going bar for bar. And I think Mills is just discovering that's not, a good idea. And I think even in his most recent blog, he was like, trying to pick apart Nitty's bars, and I'm like, well, that's just not going to work with the people, where this is considered one of the better writers we've ever had. So I give Nitty's first track an 8. I give Mills as a 6, but I hope they both bring better tracks, going forward. Like it's been a pretty, fun fight so far. I would say they're going to lock into the ring. I don't think we'll see J Mills ever again in a battle rap ring, to be honest with you. But it's good kind of like fill-in appetizer entertainment before you have no cut this weekend, you know what I'm saying, or any other event coming up. So
agreed. One thing that made the timeline super crazy today, and people were in spaces arguing it and talking about it, I want to bring it to the table.
Oh, brother, don't do it.
What is a battle rap pen? I need
what?
that defined. A battle rap pen?
Is this at the 40 bar shit?
Yes,
a battle rap pen.
Yeah, with that attribute, when someone says a battle rapper is a pen, what does that mean?
Like the category.
The category.
Like how they say Daylight's like a pen.
Exactly.
Compared to like another type of battle.
Or like JC.
Yeah, JC,
like
Chilla, right? It's
Chilla,
the people that people consider a pen and not a puncher, right? And then you get the argument from the punchers, it takes a pen to punch.
Yeah.
Right?
What does that mean to you, Lex? You seem the most confused.
No, I didn't hear what you said at first.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you said pen at first. But yeah, I know people say that about like quantum physics and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they're just they're just unconventional punchers to me.
Okay.
They're they're still punching. They still have leading up to a punchline. They still have something they want to say, and they lead up to it. They're still punching. They just do it in a more unconventional way. They're like a
Fair.
Daylight, a JC, Jay the Nightwing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're punching.
Great.
They're just not doing it the way everybody who's emulating is doing it. I don't know. That sounds kind of bad, but you know.
Chris Tex, take it away.
I don't know. I just feel like they care more about the craft of the round. You know, it's not just set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch. You know, they're really crafting their round differently. Lex kind of said the same thing. Maybe sometimes unorthodoxly. Is that a word? Unorthodoxly? I don't know.
It is now.
I just feel like in general though, like when you say a pen, Smo kind of said it too. Like we think of the same names all the time, right? Because I guess we're programmed to say the Daylights, the JCs, the Chillas, the Excels, the 40 bars. Like these are the people that we always consider a pen. It's the same people over and over. Like why don't we mention I don't know, T-Top, right? T-Top is always, he's one of the best anglers. He's one of the best anglers. Doesn't it take a pen to write a good angle? I mean, I don't know. Why don't we mention Twerk? Twerk never gets mentioned in anything because he's so good at everything, right? Like, why doesn't he get mentioned? I feel like we're just, I don't know. We're all clouded on
labeling to label.
We're just labeling things to label things. Correct. Like, why can't someone just be a really good battler? You know what I mean? And I feel like when you're good at everything, you kind of get left off of these things. My prime examples being Twerk, Ill Will. I think Ill Will is amazing at everything. Like humor, punches, angling, everything. He can do everything, but he gets left off every top 3 list of punching, humor, pens. You get some because he's so good at everything. So I just feel like we got to stop putting labels on everything. Maybe that's.
Oh, you guys are talking about this because of what Dunch said about. They say you're a pen if you're ugly. Is that what he said?
Oh my God, I didn't even see that. I know people.
Dunch had a great tweet. He said calling someone a good writer is like the equivalent of saying they're a good person.
Shout out Dunch.
Shout out Dunch, man. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, that was hilarious. JSmo, take us away.
Yeah,
now I know where this is coming from.
Yeah, what I do, I agree. Obviously, it's a categorizing thing. I think it's just an easier way for people to view the sport aspect of this, you know. And I do a ton of comparisons to other sports. But that's because I think it's the easiest way to get to people sometimes. I love UFC. They call people grapplers. They call people strikers. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are better in the clinch. Some guys are better off their back, out of the half guard. Like you get to all these things, they get categorized. It doesn't mean they don't also do all the other parts of fighting. You know, it just symbolizes what their strength is. Like if you're going into a T-Top battle, he's probably either going to talk about something personal that happened to you or make up something that sounds real that's personal that happened to you. It's the reality of his style. He's good at breaking down a battler. We know Rum Nitty's a puncher. That doesn't mean Rum Nitty doesn't have direct material. That doesn't mean Rum Nitty doesn't angle or perform. Just as Tay-Rock is or a Hitman is a performer, that doesn't mean that he doesn't angle. Like obviously they have to use all the aspects of battle rap, but I think people put that, if they think you as a pen, which I think it's about the complexity, the in-between stuff, the setups. I think someone like Jay the Nightwing, like Lex brought up, is a great example. He punches, but the thing is, he doesn't stop performance-wise on his punch, the build-up to the punch. Jay's punching, and if you get it, it happened. You might catch it, you might not, but it happens somewhere in there. But that's what makes something like that fun. You don't just stop for the crowd reaction. You watch and you're like, oh shit, that was in there too. And I think that's the difference between a pen and more of your regular setup punch type of battler, if you will. But I'm not really mad at it because I think it just makes it, whatever makes it easier for the viewer. It's so confusing nowadays for so many different reasons. And when I got into battle rap, I realized I liked punchers early on. So I knew after I watched Conceited and Arse, I went down the Conceited rabbit hole. I found B Magic. That was the easy way for me to find that because I heard, oh, the top punchers, this and that in comment sections. So I don't hate it. I just think a lot of people just make up their own terms or use them wrong, but that's life. People just do dumb shit about everything. So I don't think, once again, it's like a battle rap centric thing.
Wise words indeed. I'm going to close out this final subject that Chris Tex cannot speak on. Earlier, Chris Tex and myself and Cam, a new addition to the platform, came up with the 5 battles of the year. JSmo and Lex Luthor, Superman's foe. The two of y'all. I'm gonna list these 5 battles, and y'all let me know if there's any battle you would add to the list. And if you do, I'm gonna ask you which battle to remove from the list. So the 5 battles. The top 5 battles of the first quarter of 2026 from January to March are Tay Rock versus Ill Will, Hope Chili versus Zan, Appa versus Nakim the Prophet, Rum Nitty versus Mike P, and Klutz versus Low Spring. I'm going to start with Jay Smo. Smo, is there any battle you would add?
I'm trying to think. The only battle that I would personally add that I didn't hear is Mike P versus Rock, which speaks to the quality of Mike P. In fact, I think you could argue because I think Mike and Nitty is a good battle. Mike and Nitty is a bit of a lopsided battle. I might go more towards Mike P and Rock. I think it's a little bit more of a competitive fight, and I just think quality-wise, it's right there with it too. Like I think you got probably a better version of Mike, I'd say, in that battle than the Nitty one. Not by a lot, but by some. And then Rock is still really good. So however you want to divvy that up, I would almost do like a straight swap right there. But I think it's for a first quarter that's been, I wouldn't say clunky. The first month started, it felt really slow. But then from there, you had different leagues giving you different products. Like Hope versus Zan is a great example of ladies that really don't have that much profile. Like we're in the crates, like we know about them, but I wouldn't say the general audience of battle rap really knows heavily about them. But their battle is so good, it makes you have to go watch it. Like even some products you would have never turned an eye on, when some things I feel like are truly special enough to seek out, they get sought out. So I think it's a battle that makes its place up there. And then you have Appa and Kim, which I would really put up there as maybe his biggest win of his career. Like all things considered, I absolutely thought Appa was just marching right back in to get his headband back. You still get a really good Appa in that battle, but then you get the best version of Kim. So it ends up being like, I think it makes complete sense for that to be there as well. If I had to, I guess you would move like Mike and Rum to the 6-man position. But like I said, these are the more competitive. It's about competition. Not that clear battles can't be up there too, but for the most part, you want some of the closer fights up there. And I think that does a really good job summarizing it.
Okay. Lex, did you want me to repeat the list? And is there any battle that you would replace?
Yeah, can you repeat the list?
Of course, brother. Tay Rock versus Ill Will.
Can you say it in French for me?
Absolument. Si tu veux que je fasse ça en français, je peux le faire en français. Il y a Tay Rock versus Ill Will. Il y a aussi Hope Chili versus Dan. Il y a Opa versus Nakim the Prophet. Il y a Rumnity versus Mike P. And Klutz versus Leur Spring.
This is content.
Est-ce que tu veux que je continue ou bien c'est bien comme ça?
I haven't seen Hope Trilly and Zan yet. But now that I know that it's like top 5 battle of the year, I'm going to go see it. So I don't want to necessarily. I don't want to swap it out because I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But I would love to put Anderson and Arsenal up there. That's a battle I've seen recently. That was really, really good. I really liked Pass's on beat battle. That was real crazy.
Okay.
All the other battles, I don't know if I could swap anything else.
Okay.
Yes.
So you do
Frack and T-Top on the beat. That's great.
Frack and T-Top was very good.
Yeah, Frack and T-Top was great.
Yeah.
Maybe
we do a separate list of the best on beat battles of 2025, 2026.
There's not enough.
Okay.
I haven't seen all battles in battle rap, but I really liked Mac Mel and Prezi. I thought that battle was fucking fire.
Does it bother you that a joke was edited out of that battle?
I didn't even know about that. I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Great battle.
Got me.
Great battle.
Got me. I must have looked away for a second.
Community, man.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't even.
Salute Andy and salute Prezi. Let's keep going. Go ahead.
I've always been a big Mac Mel fan, by the way.
And salute Mac as well. Salute Mac.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I would agree that that's a great list.
Okay. I appreciate your cosign, Lex, and I appreciate your time today as well. I appreciate your time, Chris. I appreciate your time always, JSmo. Gentlemen, this was a great roundtable. Thank you all for attending. Obviously, we'll do another one next week.
Can I interrupt for a second?
You can do whatever you want, brother.
I spend a lot of time around people that don't know battle rap stuff. So when I get the time to talk some battle rap stuff, I'd like to talk to some battle rap stuff, if you don't mind.
Floor is yours.
Is there like anything you guys want to see that's going on? Like, I feel like with there being, there's so many battlers that aren't active right now. Like, not a lot of Ines, not a lot of Holla to Don. There's so many battles that could still happen right now. Is there any battles that you guys want to see that you're looking forward to this year? Because I really want to see Holla to Don and Ines. I'd love to see some outside rappers. Yes, they've never battled. I think that'd be great. I want to see more of these rappers, like from outside of battle rap, come in and battle. If we could, obviously afford it. But like rappers like Annoyed, like from Connecticut. I don't know if you guys know Annoyed, or like Sean Smith, or any of these people who are like really great rappers that I'm sure will battle for a decent bag and put on great performances. I think that would be sick. There's so much shit that could happen this year. The floor is yours, Frank.
You have to pick somebody that you want to answer, Lex.
Yeah, you.
Okay, so I would love to see something like that. I actually personally want to see Hollow to Dawn and Phoebo battle, but I do like I do like other battlers coming in. There's so many. Salute to Annoyed. He has a great freestyle. If you're watching this, go peep his freestyle. He's sitting outside on the bench. I like Annoyed a lot. He has it's like he does this double scheme that he does in the freestyle. It's floating around social media somewhere. But salute to Annoyed. I think I've always wanted to see that crossover. Lloyd Banks is heavily involved in battle rap. Lloyd Banks is in spaces all the time. He's pulled up to countless amounts of my spaces. He's pulled up to Ferg spaces. Man. I think Lloyd Banks and John would be a great battle. I don't know. That's my personal call, but I think Lloyd Banks battling anybody in battle rap would be amazing. I think there's a few people out there that would do great. I think Benny the Butcher would be great. Who did you say?
Crooked Eye.
Crooked Eye.
I think why we haven't gotten Crooked Eye versus
Disaster.
We're
supposed to. Does anyone remember him versus Disaster?
I don't know what
never happened
with that. But in all honesty,
but now you know it's possible.
Yeah, I think it would be a great battle. But I personally would want to see Crooked Eye and Danny Myers. I think that would be stylistically a better matchup. But I also love Crooked Eye and Disaster. I'm a huge
Danny might rap in a headstand, man. Please be careful.
Yeah, I mean, Danny's gonna. We don't know what Danny's gonna do. Who am I? I'm crooked because I used to be a pirate. But so like Danny could do anything. But but salute to Danny. I love Danny. But no, I think there's so many talented battlers. Even like I don't know if y'all remember the Royal Rumble that we had where like Team Hami was up against like the Goonies or something like that.
Brother,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind Team Hami versus there's a group that runs with Crooked Eye. It's all his brothers in one group.
Slaughterhouse?
No, not Slaughterhouse. It's
no.
That doesn't rhyme with
it's very cryptic reference, but he has a group of brothers and cousins and family members that started their own group of rappers, and they're all very, very good. Them against Team Hami or some kind of thing like that.
Some like mosh pit type of like.
Yeah, there's so many. There's a guy named Krondon out west who's an incredible rapper. He'd be great. Like Krondon would be great in battle rap. Millies, I think is how he pronounces it. He would be great in battle rap. There's so many people. I think Benny the Butcher would be great in battle rap. His whole punchline.
38 special.
38 special would be great. All those guys, that whole Zelda group, they would all do fantastic in battle rap. They're great with punchlines. I mean, Head Ice versus my man with the, you know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a classic there.
Cortez, did Cortez battle him, or he battled somebody, Conway? I don't know if he battled Cortez or Cortez hosted his battle, maybe. That you got to ask him.
Conway the Machine
would be incredible in battle rap.
Incredible. I went to multiple shows. I'm a big Griselda fan. Been to
all of Griselda probably do good.
Conway shows. They're all West Side Gun is a great personality too. So I feel like he would be great in that setting. But
there's so many of those guys that would do absolutely amazing in battle rap, and I'd love to see it. And I know that they're tuned into battle rap. So take that extra step and step on the stage. I think it would be great for the culture.
I also
Yeah.
just think that's what battle rap is. I think that we've put ourselves in this bubble of battle rappers where they're just like these battle rappers and they're battling other battle rappers and they battle on battle rap cards every week, every battle rap weekend. And it's like this, and we need just rappers to battle still,
Yeah, 100%, 110%. I think that would be great. Smo, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, and I mean, just on that very last point, 'cause I think it's a great point. Like the monotony sometimes is just like card booking, build up, card booking, build up. You see it kind of even in the fatigue in artists with how little promo you get at times. And I think something like the diss tracks, like that's something that breaks the monotony, and you see like just any level of freshness people are ready for. So I definitely agree with that. And I kind of have two answers to what he said. One, in terms of like battles, I'm a big believer in like when people say we're running out of matches, it's just such a lazy thing to say, and it's usually like just live for Lux and Mook. Like I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like there's more to the world than that. There's a lot more to it.
Right.
So when I think of like still out here, like there's a matchup like a Chef Trez and Real Sick that's just floating out here. That's a battle I want desperately. You know what I'm saying? This year. You still have things like newer to like a Kid Slade and Eunice. Like I think two guys that are ready to be like, we say new stars, but I mean like next mantle, like truly ready headline cards in and out. I think they're right there. And look at how many matchups they have on the table for themselves. A Eunice versus a Danny, a Kid Slade versus a T-Rex. I'd even see something weird like Kid Slade versus B Magic that some would say doesn't fit right now, but I think they would just go up there and rap their ass off. So I don't think we ever run out of matchups. I just think that people run out of creativity. And the second thing is if we're talking kind of industry rappers that could do good, I think JID. I think Jid would be incredible if he stepped in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he would get that type of for the lack of a better term, like that daylight type of buzz where like people act like he's rapping the most magical shit because of how many like references he can put together in a sentence. But like he's incredible. So I think he'd do good in the ring.
Yeah. Small. Yeah. Lex, do you have any other topics to bring to the table?
I don't know. Maybe returns. I'd like to see Fresco, Jonai,
Heartland.
Okay, returns.
Heartland.
Returns. Let's discuss that. I'd love to see. What's my guy?
SM. Oh wait, we're already getting it.
No, go ahead. You go on while I think about the name of this damn man that I always forget. He battled Jonai actually.
Yeah, SM is back. J-Bulls is back. The return of Domes.
Yep.
You talking about Hot Double, Frank?
No, I'm talking about multi-syllabic man from KOTD. He was incredible. I loved him. Psychosis.
I would like to see Mr. Oh, Psychosis. He was supposed to battle Disaster. He was supposed to battle Disaster maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years. I'm getting old. I'm losing track of time.
What happened to him?
He was, I don't know, something. Well, he started fighting MMA. He did a few fights. He's just been doing shit. Running fucking triathlons and stuff. Just doing stuff.
Somebody asked me to sponsor Fresco versus Rum Nitty. I think that's a great battle.
Fresco versus Rum
what
Nitty.
Battle?
Fresco versus Rum Nitty.
Fuck yeah.
Amazing.
I'd like to see Young Ill back.
Yeah.
So many good matchups for Young Ill.
You have so many Young Ill versus Big K. How long ago was that?
Oh, that's 2023. That's Max Out 3. So that's like September of 2023. Wow. So we're getting over 3 years. I don't think Young Ill is impossible to bring back to the ring. I just think he might have.
We need that Young Ill O solo.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody have a good night, y'all.
Does anybody know where the hell Big K is? I don't understand how he wins champion and then disappears.
Probably on a haunted farm or something.
And you know what? You want to talk about haunted farm is crazy. You know what's crazy is that's another guy that like you just think of the matchups, like Big K versus Fonz. I don't know if it could happen, but like Big K versus Kid Slade, not to double mention the man's name. Big K versus so many, and then Big K versus K Shine. Like you just start thinking of all that you could make so many matchups just with the rappers that are just like not rapping right now. And some of it's by choice. And if anyone wants to move on past the game, I don't put that past anybody. You know what I'm saying? But it just feels like there's so much left on the table.
I'm surprised other leagues haven't booked K Shine during all of this.
He said that's by choice. He did an interview and he over shout out Froze. He got Shine to sit down and give him some real answers on some certain topics. And Shine said, contrary to prior belief, he actually wasn't under contract this whole time, and URL never stopped him. No, URL never actually stopped him, I should say, from going anywhere. And for him, the business just didn't make sense with all the offers that he got. So I guess that should be a K-Shine question. But listen, I've had my opinions, my jokes, and at the end of the day, we don't actually know what's going on behind those closed doors. So all that aside, I'm a fan, and he's got clearly a lot left to give. He was rusty versus Shoddy, and that was one of the best battles of last year.
I thought he was great.
I thought he had him winning, to be honest. I know the minority, I actually had him winning the battle, but I thought Shine was fire, and there's just too many matchups, too much left to give. K-Shine versus A-Ward, K-Shine versus a Chef Trez, K-Shine versus a Big K, a Twerk, K-Shine versus Vixen. I could go on and on and on. So it's just an example, man. You get one guy that hasn't been around for a few years, and you got fucking 8 headliners, but it's a matter of getting those guys back outside. So
agreed.
And Big K's definitely been around. I believe he's been battling a lot overseas last year.
Okay.
And he battled Tink last year on.
That was early last year though. He battled on Street Talk Entertainment a couple times.
Yeah,
he battled.
I remember him tweeting that he's been battling overseas and doing.
I haven't seen. I know he battled someone in Ireland. He was kind of crazy in that battle, but like it's very far and few between. So he might just be enjoying life, man. You know.
I also want Soul to come back. I've been dying for Soul to just do one more battle, brother. Like why we haven't gotten Soul and Ilmac or Soul and God, the list goes on and on. Soul is just such an incredible talent to me. I wish he was back.
My bad.
Yeah,
My bad. Ken Savage is a personal favorite of mine that I would love to come back, but
Ken Savage.
That's up to Boss Man Lexx, you know.
Okay, Lexx, when can we get Ken Savage back outside?
Lexx froze.
Oh no, he's probably answering right now.
He's probably answering right now. It was crazy.
All right, I guess we'll end it on that note, gentlemen. I appreciate y'all time. God bless all of y'all. Get home safely. All right.
Take care, Frank.
All right. Peace.
We'll be good.